Hi guys, Ms. Perkins here. It is test day for our goods and services. We're going to do a very quick review before we get started. So first thing let's talk about is what is a good and a service. So I want you to go ahead, this is again going to be a lot of discussion. So the sub is going to be pausing the video to where you can discuss as a class about what is a good and a service. Let's go ahead and pause the video now. You guys are going to be, the sub is going to be calling on some of you to talk about what is a good and a service. So go ahead and do that now. Alright, so let's talk about a good first. So a good is something that is made or grown for someone to buy. And a service is a work or a duty that someone does for another person. So now another question I have for you is what is an example of a good and what is an example of a service? Let's go ahead and discuss that. What is an example of a good and what is an example of a service? Alright, so an example of a good is like some food. So like apples, bananas. Okay, those are, or like a phone or a car, a house, toys. Those are all examples of goods. Service is something that someone does. Okay, like a work or do that someone does. So like a teacher, a mechanic, a mailman. Okay. All of those things are services. So now, one thing that let's talk about is we know that people in every community has what? Right, they have needs and wants. That's important for you to know is that they have needs and wants. So now let's talk about a producer and consumer. So I want you to go ahead and I want you to discuss about what is a producer and what is a consumer. So what is a producer and what is a consumer? Go ahead and pause the video now to discuss that. Alright, so let's talk about what is a producer and what is a consumer. Well, a producer is someone that makes or grows the different things. Okay, the different goods. The consumer is a person that buys them. Alright, so now remember, what are the things that people need to live? Go ahead and pause the video and talk about what are the 3 things that people need to live. Right. They need food, water, and air. All right. And the last questions that I have is give me an example of a need and give me an example of a want. Give me an example of a need and a want. Pause the video, talk about that. Good. So we know an example of a need is like food, air, or water. We actually just talked about that. So what is an example of a want? Well, it's like a toys, okay, or a phone, okay, a car. Those are things that we don't actually need, but it's things that we want. So now we're going to go ahead and do the test. My virtual friends, go ahead and get the test out and ready. My friends that are in class, the sub is going to go ahead and pass out the cheer blockers to you in the last cubby. And can also pass the test out to you. Please go ahead and write your name on this test. The test is going to come, my friends that are in class, is going to come with a cover sheet. The only thing you're doing is write your name on that cover sheet and then turn it to this next page, the page that I have showing up here. I'm going to read each of these questions to you. If I read them or go too fast, go ahead and have the sub pause it or my virtual friends pause it to where you can catch up. All right, so let's get started. Again, if you need to pause it, you may do so. So number 1, people in every community, what? People in every community blank. Is it A, wear the same clothes, or B, have needs and wants? So I'm going to read it again. Number 1, people in every community blank. Is it A, wear the same clothes, or B, have needs and wants? You do not have to write this on the blank. It's not enough room for you to write on the blank. So you're either going to circle A or you're going to circle B. So read it again. Number 1, people in every community, A, wear the same clothes, or B, have needs and wants. Again, if you need it to be read again, ask the sub to read it for you. So I'm going to go to number 2. Number 2, a blank is work or a duty that someone does for another person. So is it service or cost? They give them both to you in the word bank right under it. So go ahead and you're going to have to write one of these in the line. So you will have to write it on the line for this one. A blank is work or a duty that someone does for another person. A blank is work or a duty that someone does for another person. Let's look at number 3. This person is providing a good. True or false? So looking at that picture right there, is that person providing a good? True or false? All right, number 4. What is an example of a service? So just write an example of a service right here for number 4. What is an example of a service? All right, so you're going to go ahead and turn the page that you're writing on. You're now going to be writing on the back. Number 5. People who pay for goods or services are called what? A, consumers, B, producers. I'm going to read it again. People who pay for goods or services are called what? A, consumers, or B, producers. Read it one more time. People who pay for goods or services are called what? A, consumers, or B, producers. All right, number 6, they give you a word bank. You're either going to be writing consumers or producers on the line right here. So you'll be writing the word on the line. Please make sure that you do that for this one. So number 6, people who make goods or provide services for others are called blank. It's either consumers or producers. So people who make goods or provide services for others are called blank. I'll read it one more time. Number 6, people who make goods or provide services for others are called blank. Consumers or producers. Number 7, this person is a producer. True or false? You're either going to be circling true or you're going to be circling false. This person in the picture, is this person a producer? True or false? Yes or no? Right or wrong? The number 8. What is an example of a good? Go ahead and write an example of a good on that line, please. Then you're going to go ahead and flip the page. You're not going to turn the page, just flip it. And you should see number 9. For number 9, you have to select all or circle all the things that people need to live. So there's going to be more than one that you will have to circle. Circle all the things that people need to live. Out of food, water, toys, and air. What are all the things that people need to live out of these 4? It's going to be more than one. So it's A, food, B, water, C, toys, D, air. Select all the things that people need to live. Number 10. Give me an example of a need. Write an example of a need on the line. So give me an example of a need. So write on the line. Number 11. Give me an example of a want. Write the example of a want on the line, please. Again, if at any point that you need it to be reread, ask a sub to reread it for you, or my virtual friends have someone read it for you at home again for you. Also, if Ms. Perkins went too fast, you can go ahead and pause or ask the sub to pause it and just ask if, say you need a little more time, can you please pause it? Okay, you can always do that if you need some more time. Once you are done, my virtual friends, go ahead and have the person that's with you take pictures of your test and send it to me, please. My friends are in class. Go ahead and turn it back to the front page, that cover page. I'm going to turn back to that cover page, please. And you are going to, the sub is going to pick up your test in number order. Okay, please make sure the tests are in number order. Then you're going to be putting your cheater blockers, you're going to be putting them on the back counter by the sink. Alrighty, guys, that is it for this lesson. Bye.